The next thing we're going to talk about is JK Armament's War Eagle. We're going to break this down, talk about some of the attributes that this muzzle brake offers you guys as the end user. So what I want to talk about specifically right now is the War Eagle, and we're going to cover a couple attributes. I'm going to show it to you real quick at first. You can see that, some flats back here, and then we're going to break this down. There's no need to time this. It's a true dual muzzle device, 2.3 inches overall, and up in the front, basically you have flats right here, and we're going to talk about these in a minute, and that is a 13th, 16th wrench on the front. Now on the rear, back here, you're still able to get a 3/4 inch wrench on at the rear. It's compatible with JK Armament's quick attach taper mounts and of course the ASR mounts as well. Great for over the rail use. What do I mean by over the rail use? Well, a lot of the builds that I'll start seeing, this suppressor will sit in, okay? And basically it's kind of trapped by a rail. And a lot of times what will happen is on some of the configurations, everybody's different, you might get a little bit of this still peeking out. Well, the nice thing about this is you can still get a wrench on this, so you can still torque it down. I do understand that some of the rails do come apart, allowing the end user to get in there and be able to get on the back of this, which is really important as well. So you kind of have it both ways. You can get on it on the front or you can get on it on the rear. After running a lot of classes, and most of my students run pretty heavily suppressed, I see a lot of different attachment points out there. Just the one thing that I guess that I want people to consider is when we put on these brakes, generally, or flash hiders, we try to really rock set them well. And I've had some where I believe the rock set was really good, and of course they're really hard to get off. I got to soak them in water. And I've had others where it doesn't matter how much I put on, they just come off. And the hazard to me by not having anything on the rear is something like this. Okay, so now let's just say that this carb locks on, and some of them do. I'm sorry, when you're putting a heavy round count out of some of these things, sometimes these things are hard to get off. I generally will carry a wrench with me just in case, and I'll break it off, or I'll do it for the students as well. But let's just say that unfortunately this de-threads from the gun. Well, trying to get in here on something that's really locked in and create that separation, to me, can be a huge pain in the ass. We're trying to screw this back on the barrel. We're trying to like wrench it one way and break the can off. So just something to keep in mind as far as types of muzzle brakes or flash hiders. What we want, or what I would like, and what I like about the War Eagle is the flexibility between either getting on the flats in the back or the flats in the front. So right here, you can see that there's not a lot of room in between the rail right in here and the muzzle device. But what's nice, and where I don't need to really stress with this particular muzzle device, is I'll tighten it up here on the actual front flats. So again, having that flexibility is really important. When sometimes you're looking at a certain manufacturers of precision guns, right? This one right here, if you were to look at it, I don't really want to get a wrench in, again, by the barrel over here and where it's crowned. So to be able to, again, get up on the flats as an option, I think is a major benefit. The other thing people are going to ask, how does it perform? Well, what I'll tell you is this: it's not a triple port muzzle brake. It's not a dual port muzzle brake. To me, it's a hybrid, sort of like the MAMs, the Battle Comp that's out on the market. It's good at what it does. I think it mitigates recoil pretty well. And along with that 3-prong, also trying to find a happy medium between muzzle flash and compensation. So it does a great job working those two worlds. But again, you're trying to split the difference. So if you're saying, is it as good as a triple port muzzle brake? No. Is it as good as a flash hider? No. It's that in between, and I think that's what makes it good.